In this video, I'm going to tell you the things that I had to do to stop hating myself. Now, I was a drug addict for over 24 years. I had bouts of homelessness. I sofa surfed for years. I had a heart attack with my son in the bed. By the time I was done, I weighed a meager 10 stone. That's like 140 pounds. I was just skin and bones. I felt completely alone. I was uncomfortable in my own skin. I couldn't look people in the eye. I didn't know how to have a conversation. I was so messed up, and I felt like I didn't quite belong. I didn't fit in anywhere, wherever I went. I was less than broke because I was in so much debt. I was beyond poor, mentally and financially. I would think about suicide all the fucking time, but I was too much of a pussy to go through with it. I fucking hated myself and I hated my life. Today, things are very, very different, and I'm very grateful for that. Guys, click like and subscribe if you're not already. My name is Gavin. This is my self-improvement YouTube channel, L.F.G, where I help men change themselves and their lives. All links for transformation coaching, the male supplement and the free community are all in the description. Now, the first thing I did to stop hating myself was I got sober, okay? Like I was saying, I was a drug addict for over 24 years. Now, this is going to be easier for some people than it will be for others, depending on what you're using or drinking is like for you. And I found it extremely difficult to stop, especially like the first 90 days, I would say. But I eventually I came to the realization that this was the main thing that was holding me back in life. Every single mistake, pretty much, that I'd ever made over like the last 3 decades was down to drink and drugs. Like every single one. And I was high every day. So how could it not be, you know? And I didn't really know who I was. Once I figured out that change was possible, I eventually learned that I could like myself again. And it was all down to sobriety. So now change had started to occur internally. But I hated the drugged out shell that I was living in. So the next thing I did to stop hating myself was improve my physique. I started looking after myself. I improved my nutrition. Okay, I was training religiously. I was either in the gym or in the boxing gym every single day, pretty much. And this gave me that natural release of endorphins. Now, in hindsight, I was replacing one buzz for another, albeit for a more healthier buzz, but it definitely helped. I started to feel a lot less like a skinny little bitch. My confidence grew. I started to feel like a new man. And now my training is still a massive staple in my self-improvement. And although I joined the gym for probably shallow reasons, I definitely stayed for the challenges and continue to do it for what it does to your mind. Okay? Definitely strengthens the mind and improves your discipline. The next thing that I started to do to stop hating myself was I started praying and meditating every single day, even though I didn't have conscious contact with God at that point. I didn't believe in God. I thought I was an atheist, but I did it anyway. I used to have so many negative thoughts, okay, about myself, about other people, and just life in general. And what praying and meditating did for me was put up this kind of barrier of defense between my lower self, my negative thinking, and negative things in the outside world as well. And this allowed me to have some stillness first thing in the morning and really quiet my mind. I was more relaxed. This helped me to be more calm in pretty much any situation. I was able to make better decisions and really take a pause before taking any action. Think about it, right? How many bad things or situations happen in life where you're just reactive to a situation, where you don't react in the right way? And that's why I stand by this so much. The next thing that I started to do to stop hating myself was I started gratitude listing. So instead of hating on myself or other people or feeling negative about where I was in life, thinking about the things that I didn't have or complaining, I would write down a list of at least 5 things that I could be grateful for every single day. Sometimes these would be really big things, but more often than not, there'd be really small things like having food in the cupboards, having a roof over your head, feeling healthy again, having energy, a nice view from a window, whatever. And this really made me realize that I didn't hate life or myself as much as I thought I did. And there's always something to feel grateful for. And I'm sure that if you take a closer look, you will see you have a lot to feel grateful for too. Now, arguably, this might be the most important thing that stopped me from hating myself. The next thing I did was I started to learn about acceptance and just letting shit go. You might have to learn to forgive others, even those that have wronged you, but you will definitely have to learn how to forgive yourself. If you're anything like me, you will have a long list of mistakes. And I don't regret anything now in hindsight, but I did for a very long time. And I know what it feels like to have things eating you up. Listen, you're a human being, just like me and like everybody else. Mistakes are going to happen. I'm not saying you shouldn't hold yourself accountable. I'm just saying you should learn to accept the things that you cannot change. Sometimes you just got to say, fuck it, and move on. It does not serve you or anyone else to carry around all of this negative baggage. If you do that, you are only really hurting yourself and keeping yourself in deep emotional pain. Where is the sense in that? Guys, remember, it is your God-given right to be successful, and it's your responsibility to reach your potential.